What's up, everybody? My name's Shit for Brains, Dakota, whatever you want to call me. And today we're going to be reviewing chapters of Chainsaw Man starting from chapter 53, which is the chapter that takes place right after the Reze arc movie that just recently came out. Now, I hope you guys like the channel and I hope you guys like what I do going forward from here, which is what I want to do is take mangas that have been adapted into anime or anime that have been left off at just a fairly bad point that people want more of but are just being neglected for some reason, and do chapter reviews going forward from where the anime left off. For anybody who's just not comfortable reading manga or doesn't want to or just doesn't have the time. I listen to YouTube videos reviewing, Boruto or One Piece all the time while I'm at work, working my 9 to 5, and I know that a lot of other people do the same thing that I do. We don't all have time or money, even though it is, fairly inexpensive for a subscription to Shonen Jump. Some of us don't have that extra $5 a month, and some of us would just rather use YouTube since it's a free way to engage in this kind of content. And so I'd like to take you all with me to engage into these mangas from where the anime left off, because I know we all love these IPs. And so that brings me into where we're starting today, which is, as I stated, chapter 53 of Chainsaw Man, titled In a Dream. In this chapter, we start in Denji's dream that he's been having reoccurring, where he sees Pochita through a door, but Pochita tells him not to enter the door, just keeps warning him that something bad is going to happen if he steps through this door. He then wakes up, just like he does every other time, with no memory of the dream, and just kicks off his day having breakfast with Power and Aki like every other day. They're all having fun, they're all talking, and Denji seems to still be in his head about Reze, which, I can't blame the guy. It just happened. And he takes a sip of some coffee, which reminds him of the cafe that he visited Reze at every day for, a couple of weeks or however long that went on for. So he's in his feels and thinks that he's never going to get his heart back, that Reze stole his heart and he's just going to have to live without it now. But then Makima bursts in. And we all know Denji, and we all know that Denji immediately forgets about Reze in this moment, all about Makima. And Makima offers to bring the three of them, our group, to Enoshima. Makima says that it's for some kind of vacation time, but I assume there was a deeper reason to it. And I say was, and you'll see why in a minute, because as they're all discussing taking paid time off to go to Enoshima, and Power and Denji are discussing what Enoshima could possibly be, and Power's still a pathological liar, saying that she has a summer home in Enoshima. As this goes on, a group of men burst into the room from the Public Safety Committee with some pretty bad news. Denji's famous. Or, well, Chainsaw Man is famous, I should say. Because the fight with Reze actually ended up on some kind of video which was published to TV. Now, Makima is not happy about this because she tries her best to keep Denji's Chainsaw Man form out of the eyes of the public and off of TV. But it was such a big spectacle that she couldn't really keep it all from slipping through, and something got through the cracks. Now, Denji doesn't understand this. Denji's like, hey guys, isn't it pretty cool? I'm famous. Look, I'm on the TV. Right? And everyone just looks at him like this is not a good thing. Makima assigns the public safety committee that came in to go and grab some people from some other divisions. These people included Kusakabe, Tamuki, and Subaru, which I'm not familiar, but I might have just forgotten their names, to be completely honest. They say understood, march out. Denji, still thinking that they're going to Enoshima's, asking what about the trip, and Makima breaks it to him that he's about to be hunted down by some international assassins, and for the foreseeable future, he has no freedom. Which looks like it upsets Denji pretty hard. Now, in the next scene, we cut to Aki and Makima in the hallway, and Makima telling Aki, I'm going to deploy you against the Gun Devil when the time comes, so please try not to die. Aki understands this and basically agrees, and for some reason we get a flashback to a conversation that Aki and the Angel Devil had, where they're talking about the life cycle of devils, the life and the death of a devil, which we get a lore drop. Apparently, according to the Angel Devil, whenever a devil dies on Earth, as long as people fear that devil, they will always be revived. And because of this, it doesn't matter if you kill a devil, the only thing that changes is where they're revived at. See, if a devil is killed on Earth, they will be resurrected in hell. But it's theorized by the Angel Devil, because they have no memories, that if a devil dies in hell, they'll be resurrected on Earth. Now, when Aki asks, you don't have any memories of hell? The Angel Devil responds with, do you have any memories of your mother's womb? See, the Angel Devil has no memories, but it's not just that. No devils have memories of hell, or at least none in the Public Safety Committee have any kind of memories of hell, at least. When the Angel Devil went to the other devils and fiends in the Public Safety Division, they asked them about their memories from hell, and each and every one of them said that they had none. But there was one memory that they all seemed to have, which was the last memory of them being in hell, being the sound of Chainsaw Man's ripcord being pulled and his engine being started. So that's a lot to swallow, but I'm not really sure what that means, if there's another Chainsaw Man in hell, if there's a Chainsaw Man equivalent in hell, or if there's just our Chainsaw Man was somehow in hell not too long ago. There's no real way to know right now, it's all speculation. And as this scene passes, we get into the final scene of the chapter, which are three brothers eating, talking about their next job. Except this job isn't the normal job that they get from the Public Safety Division about hunting down devils. No. This job is a people hunt, which one of the brothers responds, asking if they're hunting hot women, and obviously they aren't, and the other brother doubles down on how serious this is and says that they are willing to pay $2 million for this person's life. But it's going to be a hard fight, and he doesn't think that they should do it because they could possibly die. Now this ticks the other brother off, who says, we could die? Us? We brothers don't die. Now he goes in to elaborate that when the Gun Devil attacked their country, their city, wherever they were, their house was flattened and somehow they alone survived. Their parents didn't survive. Their grandparents didn't survive. Them alone survived. And so this is proven to this brother that they are immortal, which are the final words in the last page of the chapter, showing the three of them getting ready to leave, assumably to come and hunt down Chainsaw Man. This chapter was awesome. and dropped a lot of lore bombs that I did not see coming in any way. I'm honestly not really sure why the Aki and Angel conversation was even there, but I'm not going to look a gift horse in the mouth. But I'm super excited for what comes next, because I know that the name of this arc is the International Assassins arc, and I really hope, for Denji's sake, that these guys are not actually immortal like they say they are, because it'll be one tough fight for Denji. Or maybe it won't. Maybe Denji will just keep biting pieces off of them and be a perpetual motion machine like he does. But with all of that being said, I'm going to shut this down for this video and probably get to working on the next chapter, 54, so that we have some actual content for you guys to come through whenever anybody comes by this video. Now, I appreciate anybody who did watch this far. You guys are awesome, and I hope that we can all continue to learn about the Chainsaw Man manga together, and hopefully any other mangas that you guys want to see picked up from where the anime left off, like Dragon Ball Super, or maybe you'd like a retelling of the Tokyo Ghoul manga since it differs so widely from the anime, or maybe you want to hear about the actual ending of something like the manga version of Soul Eater, which varied a lot from the anime ending. Either way, I hope that you guys stick around and let me know what kind of ideas you have for me in the comments. And until then, I'll just keep doing what I'm doing and hoping that you guys like it. So, until next time, guys, peace out.